Welcome YouTube. My name is Juice.
And I'm Antoine the Miller.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Sal.
All right, today's is an open topic, open subject. We just want to just talk about whatever comes to our minds. And you know what? The thing that comes to my mind about being a parent is hoping that the lessons or the topics that I talk to my kid, I hope he understands. And I hope he understands a lot sooner than he does later. And what I mean by that is pretty much there's certain things my mom told me that I caught on a little bit later in life, but there's certain things I wish I would have caught on a lot sooner. And that one being said is keep all your eggs in one basket. It's not like I wanted to spread my eggs around. I mean, spread my tadpoles around, but unfortunately, I got two separate baskets, and it's a little hard to, I guess you say, navigate with my son when he's in another whole household. Let me say it that way. So when it comes to me parenting, I'm parenting from a distance. And when you only get phone calls, typically when he's in trouble or not listening or something like that. And from my perspective, it's one of them things where he's not in my household, so therefore I don't dictate the rules. But when he's here, he know the rules that he gotta abide by here.
So in your situation, I'm just curious, is there like a set day, set time that y'all that you speak with your son, or is it just whenever y'all want, more natural approach?
Well, for the longest, I've been getting on him about maybe calling, phone calls, stuff like that, or me calling him, stuff like that. We don't have a set time or phone call that we do anything like that. It's just really just random and stuff. And I don't know if is it because I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't even tell you why we don't do that. But when I always told him, don't call me when you want something. You know, you should call me to check up on me. And I was preaching that a lot. So he does call me majority of the time to check up on me and stuff like that. But the most time when we come to talk and we talk about video games and stuff like that. But when he's here, he's like under me and stuff. But when he's mom, I'm more like I say I'm more like an afterthought in a way. But like I said, it don't bother me and stuff. But I still try to preach to him. I try to preach to him more when he in my presence than it is over my phone, because the way I look at it, when kids talking to adults over the phone, they're not really paying attention at all. So keep the
That's
phone
true.
conversation very minimal and stuff like that. Ask the basic questions. You know, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? How's school? Talk to anybody, met anybody, stuff like that. How's your grade doing? You know, anybody mess with you, anything like that. You know, just to keep it like that. Maybe talk to him once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, or maybe even 3 weeks. You know, it all depends. He'll call me, check up on me, like when he get out of school and stuff. But pretty
Yeah.
much, for the most part, that's about it. But when he's here in the house, then I talk to him a lot more and introduce him to certain things, find out what he know and what he don't know and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you're sharing that because I feel like people that don't have kids don't realize it's tough when you have, you know, two different baby mamas, two different baby daddies, stuff like that. They just think it's it's just whatever if you pay child support. But I guess
Yeah,
it also depends on the person you are. If you care enough, then it's going to bother you. If not, then you know.
yeah. I mean, the hardest part about that, man, is really uh is I guess sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with until you deal with them, man. I'm just be honest. What society have shown is that if your first, I would say, baby mama, if y'all get a divorce or anything like that, hurt people hurt, man. So
Mhm.
there are women out there that really use the kids and try to do that. And was hard on my end was trying to convince her that I'm not your enemy.
Mm.
I'm not your enemy. I'm not saying that she never tried to use my son as a pawn and pretend that I couldn't see him. But at the same time, what I've been fighting and arguing with her about is let me have my son if I could teach him how to be a man.
So like
Like
extended periods of time, like coming to visit you.
no, I'm talking about living with me as in like once I was talking about when he hit his last grade in middle school, going to high school, he should come live with me. Now,
Oh,
granted, if I had a daughter, I could have my daughter in the younger years, but once she probably get to that period phase, yeah, you might need to go with your mom. You see what I'm saying? That's the way I would have did it. But as because I'm like, you can't teach him things that I can teach him. And her argument is, well, you could teach him at a distance. No, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? When your kids staying with you, you can implement discipline and other factors, responsibilities and stuff like that. You can implement. It's kind of hard to do that, I guess, online. It's hard to do it that way. So that's one thing that I wish that he could understand, but he may not understand that until he get older.
right.
Because I even asked him, like, why you want to come live with me? But the problem in him live with me is my expectation for him is too high compared to what he's doing with his mom.
How you know that?
Oh, because when he come here and first of all, he told me that he know he can get away with a lot more stuff with his mom than it is with me. That's one. Right. Number two, she even called me. Well, how come he wash the dishes, do all that stuff down there, but he don't do none of that stuff here? I don't know. You got to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And I even try to tell her what she need to do, but she don't listen. So therefore, I'm like, I wash my hands. But when she try to, I guess when he get in trouble with her, she might call me and be like, hey, you need to talk to your son. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to talk to him about. I'm not telling you how to run your household anymore. You don't want to listen to me on that part. Your household is your household.
So do you feel like you shouldn't have as much of a say so in her house?
No, I'm telling her that. I don't have much of a say so in her house because the reason why I say it that way because I don't want her to think, yeah, you got say so in my house. That means I should have say so in your house. No, 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 no. You know what I'm
But what if
saying?
it benefits your son? At the end of the day, what if
Only
it
thing
benefits?
that only thing that could benefit my son, unless she give me information, tendencies that my son do. Like for example, if he he was 8 or something like that, he eats snacks and be hiding under the bed and stuff like that. Hey, he do some of this stuff like that. That's informing me. That's not telling me or telling me how to run my household when it comes to him. You see what I'm saying? So, well, you go.
No, I was gonna say, I don't think it's telling each other how to run each other's household, but it's more of maintaining the same standards.
Oh yeah,
It's like, yeah, so it's like, hey, don't let him do this here, or I don't let him do this here, so please don't let him do the same thing there. So you're both
gotcha.
on the same page. So it's not like, I'm running a household, but it's maintaining the same standard for
Gotcha. Well, I talked about that too, but like I said, he have a lot more responsibility in my household than he does over there. So of course he gonna go where he have less responsibility at, and I understand that. Like I said, I had a sit down conversation with him, but he get more resources here and have more opportunity here, but he rather go there because it's easier.
Yeah, I mean that's how
you
kids
know
think.
a couple of videos. I think it's one of the first or second or maybe the third video we've done when I brought up parents being more involved when it comes to who their kids marry, and you guys said it was the different times, but it avoids things like this. You know what I mean? It Sometimes we cannot see the individual whether they're right or wrong, but our parents can because our parents are older and they're supposed to be wiser, right? So this is why in many cultures outside of our culture, there's arranged marriages, and those arranged marriages last longer than the Western marriage. So it's like, let someone else help you choose your partner outside of yourself.
The only problem I have with arranged marriages is, well, let me say it this way. That wouldn't work in this society because those arranged marriages was based off of a village, a community of knowing the neighbor, or
Not,
we call it the neighbor.
not just that, but the community was moving in the same direction.
Exactly.
The community had the same goal. We
Exactly.
over here, we have individual goals.
Yeah.
But those other cultures, the community have individual, community goals. But here's my thing though. If it's if it serves its purpose and if it works, why not do it?
But aren't you basing the success off of the longevity of the marriage? Because you said, what you just said was it lasts way longer, in countries that do that than it does here. But does that necessarily mean it's successful if it lasts longer?
Well, the success is not necessarily how long it lasts. The success is what becomes of it. What did you two build together? What is the state of your kids? Right? So that is a success. Now, if you are in a marriage and it's easy for you to get out of that marriage, you're it's hard to gauge the success because you're not building anything together. You're not staying long enough to build something together. Right? So it's kind of like a teacher. The worth of a teacher is not what the teacher knows, but what the students know. So it's the same thing as the worth of a marriage of a parents is what becomes of your kids. But you have to stay together long enough to build something.
I think young generation, and even not even just young generation, man, even our generation, where they don't have the patience for that stuff. Man. Everything is a well.
That's
First of
my
all,
point.
marriage right now is worse for men than it is for women.
That's my point. So if so this and Sel, you may not be aware of this, and this is something I've been preaching to my family, including Juice, right, and my other cousins,
Mm.
is if we're not able to get our way here, where can we get our way? Where can we build the way we think it's the right way to build? If it's not here, then where are we going?
Like country wise, you're talking about country
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
What have you come up
Yeah.
with?
Was that?
I said, what have you come up with? What places, if any?
We've got a couple. I'm not going to name the places
Mm.
because that's going to give away certain things. But Juice knows what I'm talking about. We had some couple ideas we're floating around. We're trying to work on right now. But I know once that time comes and there are tough decisions to be made moving forward, it's going to be hard to convince others like Juice. Hey
Yes, Lord,
guys,
it's me.
let's yeah, I'm calling you out. Yeah, I know you're going to be one of the main, you and the rest. But it's like, hey guys, we've got the foundation here. What more do we need to see before we pack up and leave?
Mm.
You know what I mean? We building our own terms. How we see what we call success.
Yeah. It,
Uh,
it's hard,
And
sir, because it's more of, say, where you at right now, telling you to pack your stuff up after your son established friends and all that kind of stuff, and pack your stuff up and go move to, let's say, uh, Idaho or something like that. You get good resources, you get everything you need, nice house, stuff like that. It's just hard to put yourself in that position. Plus, bringing in your community, your friends, and stuff that with you to build on that particular land.
oh yeah, you talking about what Antoine Miller talking about?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
using that as a reference. And be like, I like it here where I'm at, but I understand what you're saying over there. But
yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
I would have to get a couple of 5-hour presentations in a
No, it's not just 5 hour
Put plot in a
presentation.
map in
And I was
some
talking to my
event
wife
city.
about this too. My wife was like, "Well, maybe you need to be the forwarding party,
Mm-hmm. The
right?"
spearhead
But
of it.
then again, depending on where you're going, the forwarding party probably needs to be 2 or 3 individuals, right? Not just one, because like Juice would tell you, man, my first plan was to be across the Atlantic Ocean, right? But there was no takers in that, so
I bet not. Juicy
right,
wasn't gonna go.
there's no taker. But I look, man, I believe in moving as a group and protecting yourself that way. If you go in droplets, it's easy for you to get taken advantage of. But if you go as a group, man, it's harder. It's not impossible, but if you go as a group and you're all thinking on the same wavelength, right? You can insulate yourself and protect yourself.
I think
I
it's
was
I think it's normalized for certain people to make a move like that if they've either done it in their life or their parents have done it. Like for example,
Look,
I moved from the South up to the Midwest, and my dad moved from New York down south, so it was kind of like it kind of came natural for me to do something like that. But I'm one of the only people from my graduating high school class to leave the South.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's just even in the same country, the weather different, the culture is different, the people are different, it feels different, it looks different. You know, people not about that. So
But see, you did that because you was single.
no, my
I
point is I did it because it came natural to me because my dad did it.
no, I'm
If my
saying, but
dad
you
didn't do
but I'm saying you single though. You're
it,
not you're not making that move with a family.
yeah,
You're making that move when you're single. I done that too. Making move when I'm single, but when you have a child involved or a spouse, it's a little more harder because you want to make sure you move into a secure, good location and a good spot. You know what I'm saying? You just can't make risk moves like that because nowadays most people move because of job, not because they want to. Especially when you
yeah,
move with a family. That's the difference. Now, if I'm a single individual, oh, hop up and let's go. You know what I'm saying? I make my way, I make it do what it do. But when you got somebody that look out for you or care depending on you, it's kind of hard for you to make that move.
I'm gonna remember you said that.
Oh Lord.
So when I take away that excuse, there ain't gonna be nothing else left.
Oh no, we already talked about it. Y'all
Yeah.
said y'all was on board. besides,
Nah, you already said it. You already said
so he's like, I know what I need to work on. No problem.
Listen, at the end of the day, we here waiting on you. You already said I spearheaded, I set the foundation. Just come on through.
Okay, I
Juicy
got
ain't
you.
going nowhere. You making it sound good.
Oh,
You ain't
I
going
got you.
nowhere.
yeah, I'm not anymore. Unless, like I say, unless an opportunity come up and I'll be like, I can't pass up. But that opportunity, I'm not looking for that opportunity. Usually stuff like that don't fall in your lap. You go
Yeah.
searching for that.
You want to take your house, your neighbors, your car, your this, your
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I ain't leaving all that. They good people.
Yeah.
But I have left it before when I was single. You know what I'm saying? I left it before when I was single. I was comfortable with that too. But opportunity made me change my mind. But now I'm good. I'm trying to
Mhm.
get people here to build the community here.
You're right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do because like I said, I guess when you have, like I said, cousins that don't have possibly a man in their life, you still want to be somewhat of a male figure in their kid's life, so they won't fall short, even though it's basically being a substitute father figure, but still in all though, I'd rather have a substitute father figure than have nothing at all.
And it's just group. It's better to be in a group,
Yeah,
all focus on the same thing.
yeah. Because the other part we discuss, and I discussed this with two different families, but the hardest part is um, when you have a group setting and everybody move as one. And what I mean by that, Sal, is let's say we all bought some land. We all got some land, right? And we all put in the pot to help build your house first, right? You get your house going. Then we put back in the same pot and build somebody else's house. You know, I have been in discussions about that, but the problem I have with that is I don't have trust in people that once they get their stuff, they don't know how to pour it back because they're
Right.
constantly trying to advance themselves off the shoulders they got off the boost they got off of us, and don't want to bring that rope back down. And even as us as a group of men, it's hard for us to even do that. So that's the hard part that gets me when it comes to moving the community that way, just having that trust of seeing somebody constantly doing that and paying that thing forward.
I think it's a tall ask for anyone to
Yes.
basically give up all
Yes.
the resources and try to keep in mind that eventually, you'll get your time. But
Exactly.
tough, I'm working this hard and then I just support you. And then in my mind, just thinking, okay, looking towards the future, but no one knows the future.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
the best part of the best way to combat is we all living in the general area, right? And we all reconnecting, getting to know each other all over again, and build that trust up. And even then, it's not perfect, but it's something. Or you can put control mechanisms in place. You what did they say? I forgot what they call it. Where you don't have the opportunity to trust or not or mistrust if you have like contracts in place, signed documents. So if
Mhm.
someone, you don't have to trust them. There is consequences for not following through, legal consequences.
Right, but who's going to actually sign that?
Well, that's going to be a telltale, right? If you're if you're not planning on scamming anyone, you wouldn't mind signing it.
You know, I
I wouldn't
you
even
say,
call it scamming. I mean, I'm giving up everything I've built and worked for to support you in hopes that one day I'll get the same. I
now
feel that's
now keep in mind what we're saying. All that stuff that we're saying is no different than a marriage contract, and then some people get brought to the cleaners when one person get upset. It's the same concept.
Okay, let's put it this way.
But okay.
Let let's say five of us is so we're gonna buy this plot of land, and then when the first person gonna get their house built, second, third, fourth, fifth. The first person gets his house built, and then he chose not to honor the agreement. Well, you got to have some way in place of where if he doesn't honor the agreement, there has to be consequences to that. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you guys agreed to in the beginning, you got to agree to something because you cannot trust a situation 100%.
Mhm.
So in the beginning, you had to have come up with some type of agreement. If this does not happen within this timeline, this would happen.
Hmm. Like I can see something go down like that if the agreement is all right. We got this amount of land. We all split the land, even acres. Well, what we have to do is we all put in the pot to build the sewage system and the electrical uh, system. But as for paying for your house, you get to choose whatever house you want to get, but you choose based off your finance or that. But as for the cul-de-sac of that community, everything going into a pot like a HOA. You know what I'm saying? Pay for the streets, pay for the road, and all that kind of stuff like that. That's a community thing. But as a home individually, you can do your home however you want it.
Yeah.
I
So
can understand it that way.
in the meantime, as you're building stuff up, making money, whatever, where are people living? What is their livelihood like?
I mean, I guess you still back in your apartment building up into this stuff
Yeah.
because, like I said, when you go buy a piece of land, you still got to have sewage, water. You still got to have the road, internet, fiber internet. You got to still pay for all the components. So that could be the community pot pouring into that. You see what I'm saying? Make sure it connect to a city line and all that kind of stuff like that. I can understand that part because the community won't get done unless that stuff get done, and that's all before you even start building on the land. Now,
Yeah.
from there, if you talking about you want a 4,000 square foot home, I'm not paying for you to get a 4,000 square foot home, but you can get it if you want to. The land's paid for because we already paid for it.
So are you
You
talking about
understand
the
what I'm
same
saying?
thing Antoine DeMello's talking about?
Say that one more
Or
time.
is your view a little different than Antoine DeMello's as far as
Yeah,
how
I just changed it. I just changed it based off what would be the agreement is as for this is stuff that need to be paid for as a community, but as individual, like you got to go by yourself.
And this is my prime example. You got to find 5, 10, 15, however many people that agree on all the cores and then sign their name on the dotted line and actually fulfill that purpose. That's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Because y'all are sitting here talking about two different things, which is fine, but that's just an example of what I'm saying.
I mean, it's the same thing when you
Yeah.
buy. It's the same thing when you buy a house in the community. The only thing difference is the developer. Developer bought the whole land up, he built it up. But when you go in that cul-de-sac or go in that subdivision, you still buying a little piece of plot of land and you building a
Right.
house on it. It's still the
You're
same
trying to say
concept.
that's the same thing as what Antoine DeMille is describing?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. The
No, it's
difference
not.
is that
Yeah.
no. It's the same thing. The difference is we were first saying that we all put our money together and pay for your house and build your house up. I'm not saying that no more. I'm saying we all put our money together to build a community, but you still pay for your own house. But before you even get to your house, we all still got to put in a pot to build the community around that before we get to the house. Now, when it comes to your house, you get your own loan or whatever it's going to be, and you settle that how you're going to settle that.
It still has to be trust there.
Yes.
It still has to be trust there. This is why you got to choose your circle that you're doing it with.
And all I was just relating it to is it's like no different to get married. Everybody go into marriage with the intent of being together. But all it takes for you to make one mistake and your partner make one mistake and you wouldn't cut that person off immediately. And it's like, whoa, man,
Yeah, but the difference there is you're finding one other person to build this life with. This community you're talking about, that could be 15, 20, 25 people. My whole argument is trying to get all those people in the same accord and sign that contract to say we all agree here. That's damn near impossible.
Well,
I'm saying,
the first thing is
impossible to get one person to say, yeah, I want to marry you and I agree with all these things, because guess what? 10 years later they get divorced because they don't agree no more.
Yeah. But like I said, we do it already. When you bought your house, you had to do that already. You signed your name, you had to pay for the terms and agreements based off that plot of
Me and
land
my
you
wife.
had and all that kind.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not 15 people.
No, but I'm saying though, before you and your wife, somebody had to build that cul-de-sac or that section up in that subdivision. You wasn't part of that agreement, but somebody had to build it. That's what I'm saying.
The city and the county had agreements and laws in place, not just one document that said, "Do you trust me?" Okay, yeah.
No, but there's consequences.
It's not, by law, you can't. The developers and the city and the county can't just do what they want to do with these houses. Stuff is already in place. It's already built.
With every contract, with every agreement, there is consequences for breaking that contract or that agreement. So once you're saying you're putting your name on something as part of a contract, that contract should include, if you do not uphold your end of the agreement, this will happen.
I agree. I hear you. That's not what I'm arguing. That's good. You should have a contract. My point is, how are you going to find 15 people to sign that dotted line?
Oh, I can tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Or not just that. It's just people who. No, so it all starts with like-minded individuals, right? You're not going to grab any old person off the street. It starts with individuals who align in thought, right? We don't have to agree on 100 things. We just got to agree on 5 things. Let's just agree on this thing and a better
You got to agree on 100 things.
Wait. But I think we going too far with this, because at the end of the day, I guess we would say this way. I'm not saying that we're gonna have to find 15 people. I'm just saying that if we find a plot of land and do the same thing what they do when they come to building these houses anyway, we still get the same thing. Some people come look at the neighborhoods. Oh, I like the neighborhood. I like what they got, like the amenities. I would like to have a house built right here. Well, don't get me wrong. The plot is paid for. It's just that when they come in acquired by that information, they would get these fees or whatever up front. So once they buy in and they sign the contract, then they in anyway. It's the same thing when it comes to buying a house anyway.
Yeah, but okay.
But you get what I'm saying, though? I'm not saying 15 people.
My question, though.
No, all right. What did I miss? I'm not saying 15 people right then and there. I'm just saying that if you go buy land and it's paid for, and you come in and see how this community is thriving, and you want to be a part of that community, you gonna come and ask questions, stuff like that, and we would give you your answer. Okay, so all right, in order for you to buy this land or be a part of this land, you have to pay or whatever case may be these fees or these dues right here, and
And
that money would go to X, Y, and Z. That's all.
and so we're not going after 15 people or a certain set of people. For us right now, it's internal to our family. Right? And there's still going to be a vetting process there too. So it's not, randomly finding individuals to jump on board. It's individuals that can contribute to that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad Owen brought in the marriage thing, because once he said that, I understand you're saying it's not just going to be 15 random people, but our spouses aren't random people, and I don't want to talk about just us.
Yeah.
But what, 50% of marriages don't last?
Yeah.
That's a relationship. That's a contract that was signed in theory.
Yeah.
And it didn't last. So that's the point I'm making.
Yeah. Hey, I understand that too, because I told my wife, I said the crazy thing is though, we would give our kids unconditional love, unlimited mistakes. But if my wife or if I make one mistake, you ready to throw me away. I said that's kind of unfair. And women are willing, women will do that. They say number one thing I would do is just if he do this, I'm out of here. And like, well, I can't make a mistake.
No,
You
come
know?
on, that's not
You
fair.
talking about cheating?
Not you don't have to be just be cheating. Just anything, man.
No.
I don't know
Any
that.
damn thing. She can go out there and get drunk and whatever case may be. And I'm like, whoa, that's not acceptable.
No,
That's-
it's not. It's
oh,
not a
wow.
mistake. It's about violation of trust. It's not just a mistake. And cheating should not be the only thing you divorce for. Once a trust is violated, that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
Yeah,
cheating
it's not
is the
one
only
just
thing.
one silly mistake.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
deal.
I'm just saying it ain't just cheating is the number one, but most people put that as number one. Oh, if she cheat, I'm out of here. I'm saying that's the number one thing right there. But once again, people don't talk about how cheating could allure to a certain thing. Like it could be a build up on things, what kids may be. But at the end of the day, to your point, it is a violating of trust of many trusts, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you could get to a point where you might spank your kid and she don't like that. Don't touch my kid ever again. Whoa, that's my kid too.
No, I can't. I'm guilty of that. I don't like no one to tell my kids or yell at my kids, even the person they came out from. But look,
exactly.
right? But look, I'll add on to what you just said. It can be a buildup of something. Communication, man. It's just no excuse. Like communication. If you're unhappy, say something. But violation of trust is a big deal. It's someone telling you something while doing something else behind your back. And it's that person you're supposed to trust 100%.
All right.
You should be telling that person darkest secrets. You know what I mean? They should know where the kryptonite is hidden.
But that same person sometimes could be the main one use that kryptonite against you.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the risk you take. But if you don't give your all to somebody, then like, what's the point of the marriage?
What's the point?
That's the risk you take.
The point, the point Antoine de Mello would say is to build a legacy, to build something together. But sometimes the same person that you trying to build with, sometimes be the one to tear you down.
And I know she's listening to this, but it goes back to my agreement example. In an agreement, there must be consequences for not upholding the agreement.
The consequences should not be
Be
I'm
careful.
out of here.
Be careful.
I'm out of here. The consequence should not be I'm out of here. Like,
Be
wait.
And I can already see Sel wanting to ask, what's the consequence?
Yeah, I want to ask that too.
I like directness, and I can't stand vagueness. So yeah, go ahead since you offered.
No.
Because at the end of the day, we got to give consequence to our kids, but we don't disown them unless they what? Commit the ultimate task is thou shalt not kill. You still gonna disown them? Hey, you
Well,
was
we
wrong for
disagree.
doing
Well,
that, but
the last time we had a conversation about that, we disagreed, right?
yes.
But your kids came from you, right? Your kids is a direct reflection of you in the now and in the future. Like, think about it. If you have one kid, and that kid does not reproduce, you're done. When you die, you've experienced a final death. Nothing from you will be left behind. That doesn't scare you guys?
No, it doesn't
Listen,
scare me.
what they do, man, I have no control of it.
I
I
can't
let
control that.
the hell
I'm in
out
my
of me, man.
grave resting.
You don't know
Yeah.
that. You don't know what death is, so you can't say that.
Well, there's a lot of things I can worry about, and that ain't one of them.
You can't say that. So you gotta treat the situation, wanting to have something of you in the future.
But what about all the people that don't have kids? They just like what
Well,
was
I
it
am,
like
I
that?
am one of them. I am one of them. So I can't
Can't
talk to
speak
that.
on that, huh?
Yeah.
Or what about women that can't have kids, men that can't have kids? They just don't deserve the same type of afterlife that we do.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying for the future.
What
You
you
would
said
have
after we're
nothing in the
dead?
future. Huh?
After we're dead, isn't that our
Well,
afterlife after we're dead?
I can't control that.
That's what we said.
No, but well, no. What I'm saying, if you can control it, and you're choosing to either not have kids, or you're just like, well, whatever, if they do something, that's not my problem. That is something you can control. So what I'm saying is, no, you have to make more of an effort. Because the last time we had this conversation, I can't remember if it was on the mic or off the mic, where we were talking about what if your kids did something, whatever, would you take the rap or whatever it is? I don't know if you guys recall that
Yeah.
conversation, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not a simple response. You can easily say, well, I'm not taking a rap. That's up to them. But if that's going to doom your generation, you got to take that into consideration. At least that's how I look at it. Obviously, based on that conversation, you guys see it differently.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to enjoy my life.
No, but the conversation we had, it was around what if you were going to die because you had, I think you said cancer or something like that.
Yes, cancer.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
yeah.
like, really, come on, you're going to die anyway.
Yeah, well, I want my last days to be in
Oh,
freedom, not behind a
goodness,
cell.
goodness, goodness, goodness.
Hey, last time I remember, I want to be a free man.
Last time
For
I
a
remember, I
couple
didn't commit
months?
a crime.
For a couple months?
Yeah, freedom for a couple months is
Yeah,
good.
Oh, God.
It's real
I
good.
didn't commit a
Hey,
crime.
You guys are saying that now. You guys are saying that now. I know you, Juice, and
hey,
what I
I'm
know
telling you
of
right now,
you,
I do
and I
not want to
know
be
of
behind a
yourself.
cell. I
You
do not want
guys,
to be behind a
yeah,
cell.
but if it was that scenario, you guys would not do it. You guys would take it. You guys would take the rap. You guys may say that now, but put in that situation, you would take the rap because you will see the bigger picture of what is at stake.
I
You
would say he
see?
threw his life away. That's what I see.
Cell, is that a big pill to swallow?
That's a big pill to swallow. Might not make it down, but it got to swallow
So
it.
hold on.
Drink some water. Do what you got to do. Swallow that pill. That ain't my pill. That's your pill.
So, do you have siblings,
Yeah, I got 3.
male or females?
All girls.
All girls.
Yeah.
So I think about it, right?
Uh-huh.
If your son gets into trouble and your son has to go to jail for a long time, let's say he's not going to be getting out, and it's only you, and you only have one kid, you cannot get another kid. Do you realize that is 1, 2, 3 generations that will be done once your son dies?
Wait, let me ask this question then.
No, no,
Sell.
no, no, no. Hold on, hold on.
Do, wait, I just
Do
want to
you
ask you
get
one
that,
question.
Sal? Go ahead.
Do I realize the generation is done?
Yeah. Do you realize that it will be 3 generations done just like that?
What's the three? What is the three
Your
generations?
father, you, and your son.
So I just want to ask this: do you think your dad would take the rap for you, and you the only son?
I don't
Uh,
know.
No, no, not talking about just to sell, just to
Oh, Sal.
sell.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
probably not, but I wouldn't want him to.
Do you have kids? Well, I guess in this situation, well, if would your dad take the rap for you? You already have a son, right? And
Yeah.
your son is not in jail, so there's still a continuation there. Let's just assume your son is not going to get in trouble, and he's going to go on to have kids.
Hmm.
That's all okay. And I'll look at it this way, right? So you're a mechanical, you're a engineer, right?
Yeah.
You're a pretty intelligent individual. Wouldn't you want that being passed on in the future?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want more of Cell in the future?
I would, but if my son decides that he won't throw it away, then he decided. I can't
But
control
what
that.
if? But then there'll
See,
be no
I
more
think,
Cell. There'll be no more Cell in the future.
yeah, but I think a difference between my personality and your personality is I don't actually desire to control a lot of situations. I like to I like to do what I can do as far as like teaching on the forefront and letting that thing play out. If I teach you and I know I've done everything I can do to teach you and you still decide to do something else, at one point I gotta let the reins go. And I'm assuming at that point if they commit a crime like that, I've let the reins go. So you're making your own decisions. That's a tough decision that you made. I taught you everything I know. You don't see me out here killing people, so why are you killing people? I can't help you.
So, I'll agree with you to a point. Yeah, we do have. I don't want to say I am too controlling. I do also want to let the reins go, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. And if I need to, if I need to jump back in there, then I will.
Yeah.
So I'm not letting the
One
reins
thing,
go and then turn my back. I'm letting the reins go, but I'm still keeping an eye on it because I may need to come back in there and save it. Because it's not just about my kid; it's about the the generations that I'm not going to see.
Yeah. I think in this situation, yeah, I'm not gonna turn my back, but I think the only opportunity I would have to fix something like that would be if I'm there physically before the act happens and I like, grab the gun or tackle him and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. That's I think as
Yeah.
far as I can think of, that's the only thing I could do in that situation. But I'm probably not gonna be there, so
Now, if you have multiple sons, then that's different. But if you
then I
just
just
got
go
one, you're
back.
depending on one. Yeah, it's a tough call for me.
Yeah, I just go back to like I say, just the whole emotional mindset. Hopefully we can, what I want to say, tackle some of those things or deal with some of those issues and stuff like that prior to all that. We can't deal with all of them unless our kids come to us about it. But you know what? I was talking to my lady about when you say building a legacy. I think to me there's two different parts of legacy. One is when a parent does something, like say for yourself, being an engineer or being a top of your game in a particular sport or network or whatever case may be, and we strive for our kids to do better than us. Sometimes my kids is that's a tall task to handle, to try to get up there. And what I mean by that is the name drop like Michael Jordan, something like that. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest basketball players to go all time. Okay, fine, cool. But his kids would never touch that. Never.
they didn't even come close at any point.
Didn't even come close. and stuff. So the thing is that he have a legacy, but his kids ride the coattail of his legacy. It's very random you see a kid surpass their parents in that. For example, McAfee for the running back for the 49ers. Now, his dad was a wide receiver back in the days, but his son surpassed him based off of stardom of where he at in his career. Very rarely, very rarely you see something like that,
Yeah.
you know? And like another one, for example, Martin Luther King. His name has a legacy to it, but his family member that come under there, they just get the respect of the name, but technically, it's Martin Luther King. That's his legacy.
That's what he
That's what
did.
we refer to. Is it? That's what he did. The kids ain't do nothing that could come close to what he did. You know.
Right.
So
So
go on.
now I was gonna say it all depends on what you consider, you know, the next step in the foundational plan, right? It's, let's say, going back to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan played basketball, build up the wealth within his family. Maybe the next plan was not for his kids to come and play basketball, but for his kids to take that wealth that he built up and add on to it. Take that wealth. So I won't call it riding the coattail. It's just taking the wealth and adding on to it,
But
using that
his
wealth
wealth
to
is
build more.
constantly building though. It's like it's a cat in the mouse race. His wealth is constantly building. You can't even name, if I put you on the spot and say name few of his kids and what impact they have done even in entrepreneurship,
Are they
you
running his
couldn't name
business?
one.
Are they running his business?
I highly doubt that. Highly
Well,
doubt that.
well, we got to know that first.
I know. I know.
I highly doubt that.
One of his sons is has like I guess customized one of his shoes and or designed one of his shoes and sold that. Besides that, I don't know what they do.
You know,
That's a
it,
permission. That's a
okay,
permission.
okay. Look at this. You guys ever seen that show? Crap, I forgot the name of it.
So it doesn't exist then.
No,
Because you know what? I'm gonna just while you thinking of it,
it's
the
on
guy
it's on
also.
HBO. It's about this father. He owned like a media organization, a media company. Okay, anyway, he built this media company from small, right? And the idea of him building a media company is for his kids to run it, right? So it's like I may take the funds that, however I got those funds, I take the funds and I build a company, and I then install my kids to run that company. That's all still part of adding to your legacy. I don't need my kids to go and build another company. I just need them to take the already existing company and add to it, make it bigger and better.
I got you, but once
Or
again,
or
it
in
comes down
general, I just need my kids to be successful.
because it comes still come down to your kids want to run that or not. You ever watch that
And yeah,
Netflix
it's not
series?
100%. It's not 100% they're going to take over and follow what you want. Nothing is 100%.
You watch that Netflix series, The Family Business? Because I read the books.
No.
You should try that out. Watch that. Called The Family Business. It's basically what you just said just now is what that family did. So check that out. Y'all both should check that out. I read the books. I enjoyed the books, but I'm gonna check it out on Netflix too to see what the movie compared to the book.
Is it a movie or series?
It's a series. It's on
Series.
season 4 now.
Family business. Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, the Family Business is on season 4. I
Oh,
think you
actually,
will.
I watched the first couple episodes of that. It's like a black family that owns like a car dealership or
Yeah,
exotic
yeah.
cars.
Going to the car dealership. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty good. The acting is kind of weak, but the story's pretty.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only person that's really solid in the acting is the father,
Yeah,
the Ghostbuster guy. I forgot his name. Yeah, but the other ones is kind of weak, but it's still a good story, and so I got to go back and watch it I need to watch it and see the difference between the film and the book and stuff like that. But I enjoyed the book though. It's pretty intense,
Yeah.
and you will see what you're talking about, Antoine DeMille, on that part there and stuff. And we could discuss that to see, did he do the things the right way as a father, with in his mind.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
see
he
what I'm
had
saying?
I ain't gonna ruin it
And
for you. We had to make a tough decision.
yeah,
So 3 or so.
hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
Our
So
generations are not. Oh, they're gonna judge us whether we helped them or didn't help them.
mm, 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 mm. So my next question to y'all will be this.
You know, we already at 52 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'll
We're
wait.
good to
I'll
go.
wait. I'll wait.
We're good on that.
I'll wait the next time. I'll wait the next
We
time.
don't gotta push it.
Yeah, I'll wait the next time. So any last words?
That was a pretty good one. Kind of just open like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that. Anything else, Anton DeMella?
Uh, no, good
All right,
convo.
then, man. All right, YouTube, like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.